Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the podcast I'm so lucky that I get to do with my husband. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans, and this is my husband.
Hello, I'm Alan.
Alan Evans. And today we are so lucky, Alan, because our entire podcast is brought to you by Talkspace.
Talkspace.
Yes, it's an online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere, anytime. You just need a computer, an internet connection, or the Talkspace mobile app. Everything is on demand, including therapy now.
Yeah, you can improve your mental health now, even if you've had trouble making time for it in the past.
That's been a huge problem, is getting to an appointment. Stuff always gets in the way. You can never make it across town, traffic, whatever. Talkspace takes that stress out of getting therapy. We actually talked about this before on our show, and we had a listener reach out to us and said she's been using a Talkspace therapist and has really been enjoying it. It's easy to send your therapist a message. You can get something off your chest when you need to, talk about everyday challenges that you're going through with relationships or at work or at home.
Or just chat about life.
Yes.
You know, there's no extra commutes. You don't have to leave the office, and there's no judgments.
Yes, and it's not just about venting or digging into childhood memories. It's also about giving you practical strategies for stress management so you can live a happy and productive life. The Talkspace platform has over 2,000 licensed therapists experienced in addressing life challenges we all face. To match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/sandwich. Talkspace.com/sandwich.
That's right. And use the code SANDWICH to get $45 off your first month and show support for our podcast.
Talkspace.com/sandwich and use the code SANDWICH. Got it. Thank you, Talkspace, for sponsoring this episode of the podcast.
Love Talkspace. Yeah, we had a listener.
Don't say names.
I'm not going to say names. It was Iggy. It was Iggy and Yay. Yee or Yay?
Yay, I think we went
Yeah,
yay.
from our last episode. And yeah, she sent us a letter, and then she listened to the podcast, and then Iggy messaged me and said, hey, thanks for the advice on the podcast. And by the way, I've really enjoyed using Talkspace. This isn't part of the ad.
She also said, by the way, y'all made my Yay, Kanye, sound a lot worse than he really is.
Yeah, we're sorry about that.
When we get letters from listeners and stuff, we don't have all the information. We have what you give us. And then we have to play it out. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, what could possibly happen. So, but everything seems to be going fine for Iggy. And I'm glad she let us know that she's using one of our podcast sponsors and having good results with it.
Yeah. All right, here's the deal, babe. We're going to get the minnow going in the right direction here. I've brought a lot of show content to this podcast.
Whoa.
And you said...
A lot?
A lot.
Like too much?
Well, no, I don't think it's too
we
much.
need to pace ourselves?
No, we're going to give our listeners the customary probably 45 minutes to an hour of valuable, entertaining, funny, engaging, value add.
Thought-provoking? Maybe?
Controversial.
Oh, no.
What are some other adjectives that describe our podcast?
Those are good enough.
Okay, well, we're going to bring them a lot of that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I had an episode with Brooke this morning, my teenage daughter, who is 13. And, Kelly has a daughter also.
Almost 12.
And she's almost 12. So we have a preteen, basically a teenager, and another teenager. And it got me to thinking this morning. I was thinking to myself, I need some tips for how to talk to teenage girls because of this episode. So I want to throw out some of these tips, see what Kelly thinks about them. And these are dad tips, but they could be for moms too.
Okay.
They could definitely be for moms too. On the nationally syndicated Kidd Kraddick Morning Show, y'all did some burns or something.
Well,
what happened?
It was every October 4th is Mean Girls Day, because in the movie there's a line where she said, he asked me what day it was. It was October 4th or whatever. And also in Mean Girls, on Wednesdays, we wear pink. And so October 4th happened to land on a Wednesday. And Justin, part-time Justin in our office, a huge enthusiast of Mean Girls, asked everybody in the office to wear pink. 95% of us, I'd say, obliged. And then he wanted to recreate the slam book, the burn book, or whatever it's called from the movie, where you basically insult people.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be good-natured, fun. And, some people did get their feelings hurt a little bit. But, when you say jokes with love, take some of the bite out of it, right?
Well, I think Kid Nation posted these burns. All the members of the show were reading these on YouTube.
Right. We read them about ourselves. The ones that were written about us, we read.
Well, they also sent me some burns.
Yes.
And those weren't included, which is fine. I'm not offended, but I thought here on this podcast I would read the burns that I was sent.
They were written about you.
About me. Yeah. Yeah. And we have a letter to go through. It's got some good stuff as always. And we also are going to bring back a segment that broke the internet when we first started it.
Broke it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Interesting Stuff.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Whew. We finally got the internet repaired so we can try it again. Actually, I have got some interesting stuff today that I'm very intrigued by.
Good. So that's what we got today. We got some fun stuff going on. We're recording. It is a Friday morning up here at the Kidd Kraddick Morning Show studios. And that's what we're doing, babe.
Well, you won't hear this until Monday.
Right. I think they get that. I think
but
I think
no
they
need
get
to
that.
say what time we do.
Well, because I'm giving them we make mouth movies. That's what I heard.
That's what Jenna says.
We make mouth movies. No, I'm trying to give them like the setting. What are we doing? Where are we? Because we don't have any video component here.
Not on Friday mornings.
Speaking of, and we'll get into that, the whole Facebook video imbroglio.
Yeah, Boss Man George thought we shouldn't be recording our we do Wednesday night recordings on Facebook Live, and he thought that we would get more podcast listeners if we did not do that.
Hey, man, you need to cut it out.
And then some people said, we only listen to your podcast on Facebook. I'm like, well, we appreciate that. We'd appreciate if you did both, but we understand not everybody. I'm not that technologically savvy.
Well, when you give something away free long enough, you take it away. They don't like that. Amen.
So, yeah. So we're going to talk about that too.
We may or may not, but lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's get started. We got a lot to get to in a short time to get there.
We got things to do and people to see, right? Or things to see and people to do.
Actually, I'm ready for lunch, so let's get started.
Okay, man. All right. So this morning, getting the boys ready for school. And they're usually down pretty early, and I kind of help the little guy, Dylan. He's 6. I help him, but Cole, that dude's solid. He's downstairs. He's pulling his lunch out of the fridge. He's kind of sometimes making his own breakfast. Out
of all the children, he is the most responsible, I would say.
Oh, and before I get into this,
considerate.
I'm sorry, but before I get into this, can we brag on the boys just real quick? Shout out!
Go ahead.
Shout out to the boys. Okay. This is another story about the boys that will precede what I was going to talk about. But anyway, I had one of Cole's teachers call me yesterday, and I'm like, oh, crap, because I see the school on my phone, and I'm thinking,
usually it's a problem.
Yeah, isn't that the first thing? Isn't that bad that that's the first thing you think? So teacher says, hey, this is Mrs. So-and-so. I'm Cole's teacher, and I'm like, okay. And she goes, everything's good. I'm like, oh, okay, good. She goes, I just want you to know that Cole is one of the sweetest kids that I've met. And I'm like, really? Well, that's very nice. Thank you. And she said, the way this happened was we pull hearts of all the different kids and put them on a wall. And if, the kid did something nice in class, they get the heart on the wall. And she said, I pulled Cole's heart today and put it on the wall. And she said, I want you to know that in class, we were all leaving or something, and without anyone asking, he came over and pushed my chair in for me.
Aww.
And I just thought that was very chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
And I thought, well, that's great. I'm so happy that you called, and thank you very much. He is a chivalrous guy. I've been trying to teach him to, and I didn't take credit for any of this. I'm like, he's just a good guy. But I do try to tell him, ladies first through doors.
He's a good kid.
Do nice things for people and so on and so forth. And then Dylan, while I'm bragging, Dylan got a citizenship award in kindergarten. His backpack's bigger than he is, but apparently the first 9 weeks of kindergarten, he's got the citizenship award for hard work and great attitude. So
he's very upset. I think I got him a little panicky.
What happened?
He said, well, what does this mean? It said the parents show up, like 8 a.m. on a Friday. And I said, well, he's like, what is that? I said, well, they're probably going to, bring you up on stage and, everybody can clap for you. And he got panicky.
Did he really?
I don't want to go on stage. I said, well, maybe they won't. I don't know. Maybe they'll just give you a donut. Oh, I like donuts. So I'm hoping for the donut and not the stage.
Oh, well, anyhow, sorry for allowing me to brag on the boys there. But it's nice. Not every day a teacher calls you and says, hey, let me tell you something good that happened today.
Very true.
Okay, so here's what I wanted to get into before I kind of got sidetracked. Boys were getting ready this morning. Brooke, it's about 7:15, and usually she's down at 7 o'clock. And so I went up to make sure she was up, knock on her door. She says, "Daddy, you scared me." And I'm like, "Whoa, sorry. I didn't mean to. I was just making sure you were up." And I said, "We'll be downstairs. We're getting ready to leave. So, you need to kind of get going here." Went downstairs, waited about another 5 minutes. Brooke comes down, looks completely frazzled. She's got her backpack, her tennis racket, her clarinet, her phone, headphones.
Very grumpy.
Very grumpy. Her customary hoodie, and her hair's all messed up.
Oh.
Yeah. And I said, "Are you okay, Brooke?" She goes, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Okay."
That's the typical response these days, yes.
Yeah. So we go out to the car, and the boys jump in the car, and I said, well, before I went out, I said, "Brooke, do you want me to help you get take something in the car?" She goes, "No, I can get it." I'm like, "Well, why are you snapping at me? I'm just asking if I could help you." So I grabbed her tennis racket, and me and the boys go outside, and I open the back hatch, and she comes out. She goes, "Daddy, don't put it in the back." And I was like, "Brooke, I'm not. I'm putting my backpack in the back of the car. I put your tennis racket in the front where you sit." And I said, "Don't snap at me when I'm trying to help you. All I'm trying to do here is help you. Why are you snapping at me?" And I know why this is. It's because
that time of the month.
Well,
possibly
could be. Hey, I'm not going to say that, but could be. But no, she doesn't like when we go to school and I drop her off in the carpool line. And Emma Kelly's like this too.
Right.
They want the radio turned down. They don't want me to say anything to them when they get out of the car. And she certainly didn't want the back hatch to open and then me get out of the car and hand her tennis racket.
They want it to be the quickest transaction you could possibly imagine. Just get me there, let me out, and go, right?
Right. So, I don't know. I got to thinking, am I doing something wrong?
You're breathing, Dad. Yes, that is wrong. You are existing. You are there, and it's annoying.
Right. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not, but I went to a site, I did some research. I went to a site called All Pro Dad, and it had some good tips, some, tidbits about how to talk to your teenage daughter. But one of the things that it said, and I thought it was kind of interesting, it said, don't project your dreams on your daughters. Okay, so here's the summary, babe. See if you agree with this.
Your dream is for a pleasant conversation.
Right.
Stop projecting that.
We all have dreams of who and what we want our daughters to become. We've put our hearts and souls into raising them, and that's our natural expectation. Sometimes that coincides with their own dreams, but most times they have their own ideas and hopes. This is when we have to put ourselves in their shoes. It's a cruel thing to push a child into living out those hopes and dreams of their parents at peril of their own. There is a fine line to draw here because they also do not know what we know, and we must protect them from costly mistakes. The key is to being supportive by encouraging their dreams while still parenting them towards the greatest chances of personal success.
Being grumpy
what do you think about that?
Well, that's fine, but that has nothing to do with them being grumpy little nightmares right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not telling them they have to go to college to be doctors or anything.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to get them to school in a pleasant mood and to have a conversation. Do they have any tips for that?
Well, see, here's my dream, and I think I've told you this before. The children, to me, it doesn't really matter what they do when they're my age. As long as they're happy and they're good people,
well, okay.
and they can talk to people in a normal voice and be polite
and
what?
Support themselves.
Yeah, and support themselves.
And support
sure.
That whole financial aspect of it.
Well, yeah.
Because everybody wants their kids to be happy, yes, but you also want them to be earning money being happy. So you have to add that.
Here's another one. It says, you should listen, babe. It can't be overstated how important it is to any child, but especially teenage girls, that they be heard. This might seem like the easiest advice. It's truly the most difficult. Have you ever really listened to the daily stories of a teenage girl?
I have, and then sometimes I'm dismissive. I'm both. Sometimes I'm so caught up in my stuff that I don't devote the attention I should. But when your child is willing to talk, you should drop everything and listen, because those incidents get fewer and further between as we approach teenage years, right?
Yeah, and that's what this goes on to say here. Teenage girls are going through major changes mentally, physically, and they're under tremendous pressure due to expectations at home, at school, and from their peers. It's no secret girls can be vicious to each other. They need to vent. They need to be heard by a comforting and supportive ear. They don't want solutions most times. More than anything, they just need to be heard. That's what daddies do.
Yep.
I don't know.
I didn't want to talk to my dad. I wouldn't want him to hear anything I have to say. But
Really?
I mean, in an ideal world, yes, fathers and mothers listen to their daughters. Just listen when they're willing to talk.
Yeah.
Let them know you're there and willing to listen. And I think that what I experienced a lot of times is I didn't want a solution from my parents. I just wanted them to sit there and tell me I was right and everybody else was wrong. And that's hard for a parent when you know your kid's the one that's wrong.
So you wanted to be listened to?
You want to be listened to, but you also wanted to be validated, justified. I'm right, they're wrong. And that's not necessarily what the parent needs to do, but every once in a while it would have been nice. Like in my experience, when I would try to share something with my parents, it was always about what I was doing wrong in the situation. It was never a positive outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would just say, I'm not going to tell you. I didn't say it to them necessarily, but I'm like, I'm not telling her anything anymore.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to boys, stuff about boys and teachers and stuff. I'm like, I'm just not going to tell them anything anymore because I felt like they didn't have my back.
Yeah.
Because they were always so busy trying to
give you a lesson.
Tell me what the right thing to do was.
Right.
But here I am thinking, but I am right. Everybody's wrong but me. I'm the only one that's right. And you don't even believe me. It's so hard.
So that really applies. I mean, you wanted to be listened to and not necessarily get a life lesson.
And not corrected all the time. And why it's my fault that this boy doesn't like me. Well, you're giving off bad vibes. You should see the way you, the look you give and the way you stand. You're giving off a bad vibe. Mm-hmm. Well, that didn't help. Because I don't even know what that means.
I guess why I was frustrated this morning, it's because I feel like Brooke should understand when someone's trying to help you, why would you snap back at them?
Because her hormones are on, mega blast right now.
Uh-huh.
And they're, she can, and all teenage girls at this age, not just her, they can vacillate between being the sweetest, loving, fun, look at this delightful child, to this moody person you don't recognize anymore. That's just what happens with girls. Yeah. And I try to remember I was like that with my parents too. You'd be angry for no reason whatsoever.
It's frustrating, babe.
Because you don't know what's even happening in your body and you're just angry.
Yeah.
And emotional.
But I was in a great mood. I'm bopping around. I'm getting everybody ready. Me and the boys are like, let's go, guys. We're out the door. I just grabbed Brooke's tennis racket and I put it in the front seat because I know she wants it in the front seat. I opened that back hatch to put my backpack in the back hatch. Daddy, don't put my stuff in the back. Brooke, stop snapping at me. I'm putting my backpack in the back.
I know.
It just, and then the boys clam up because they think, oh, now daddy's
here comes
mad.
A fight.
Yeah, here comes a fight. No, daddy's mad. And it's just like, why? What are you snapping at me for?
Here's the only thing I can also say. You're always meanest to the people that you know that you're secure they're not going to leave.
Yeah.
She can't be like that with a boy she likes at school. She can't be like that with some of her girlfriends because if you treated your friends and other people like that, they would be like, I'm done with you. But with a parent, there's that level of security there that they can be that way with you because they know you love them anyway and you're not going anywhere. So is that helpful at all?
Yeah, it's helpful. One just simple thing that I've kind of learned on my own, and I know you know this, babe, is never ask a question when you know the answer is going to be yes or no. If you want to get something out of your kids, ask an open-ended question.
I know, but it's hard sometimes. And I just look at him and Kelly, I'm like, I'm done talking to you right now. Because you're no pleasure whatsoever. God, Mom. I'm like, I'm just done. Maybe I'm a little bit too open with my daughter when it comes to that, but I just tell her flat out sometimes, you're very annoying right now, and I'm done talking with you. So don't even, I'm done.
Oh, no.
And that's it,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if that was helpful to our listeners or not, but the site I was on was called allprodad.com, and it was tips for talking to your teenage girls.
It's very pie in the sky stuff.
It is pie in the sky stuff.
Best case scenario, hopefully it'll all work out. And I know they do come back around. It just takes a while.
But I get it. Teenage girls, they start to turn away from mom and dad. They start to turn towards their friends, especially at Brooke's age. Mm-hmm. I think Emma Kelly's still kind of,
she kind of comes to me, but sometimes she doesn't. But I'm so excited that Emma Kelly's finally starting to care about shopping.
Yeah.
And fashion. And it used to be that she never cared. And to get her to go with me to the store to buy jeans was just pulling teeth. I'd have to bring everything home for her to try on, then take everything back because nothing fit. And now she's to the point where she wants to go to the mall with me. Super fun.
That's fun.
Until I'm ready to go. And she's still like, she's got that 12-year-old almost energy. I'm just like, I'm tired. We've been here for 3 hours. Let's go.
Well, the other morning when I took her to school, and you saw this, babe, I posted a picture on my Instagram at the Alonzo 1971.
I shared it.
You did? Yeah. And McKellie had all her new school stuff on. She had her hair pulled up, which she did herself. And she said, Alan, will you make me a iced coffee?
See, that's new.
It's like, whoa,
That's new.
look at you, McKellie, you want the iced coffee. So
decaf, everybody. Don't worry.
Don't panic. We keep a big can of decaf because Brooke likes iced coffee. So
she's starting to feel like a teenager.
Wow.
She's starting to feel herself, right?
So I gave her the big Starbucks mug, and she was real proud of that. She carried around her Starbucks mug to school.
Oh.
She said, I can take this into school. I'm like, okay, go for it. That's awesome.
So fun.
All right, babe. Teenage girls, you can't live with them. You can't live without them, right?
Well, stuck with them.
Until when?
Until they're not little brats anymore.
18?
Love them.
Or longer.
Honey, when 18 comes, I'm going to be devastated because they're going to leave, and I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to lie in their bed and just smell their bed.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Well, you're not. You're
going to be left with me?
It's sad.
You're going to be left with me?
Well, I appreciate that you're there, but it's going to be sad when they're gone.
We got Dylan. You got Dylan another.
Got Dylan for a while.
Another 14 years or
Very
something?
cute,
12 years?
Very cute.
Okay. Let's move on to. Let's do something funny. Let's move on to these. You want to move on to these burns?
Sure.
Okay. So
we're just going to do yours?
Did you get burns?
I did, but I don't remember
Let's
all
read
of
your
them right
burns,
now.
too.
Honey, I didn't know we were doing that. I don't have them in front of me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. Well, this is impromptu content.
I mean, we posted them all on my social media.
Where are they?
Kidd Nation. Somebody said Kellie Raspberry. They have a drink named after her at Starbucks. Flat white. Which I remember that one. That was funny.
Why is it
flat white?
And why is it flat white?
Because I got a flat butt and I'm white. I'm very white.
Very creamy.
And Kellie's so cheap. She waits for the dollar store to have a sale. That was another one.
That's good, clean humor.
I'm trying to remember them all. There was a few. There was one that they asked me afterwards. They said, did any of them hurt your feelings? I said, well, one.
Which one?
Kind of hurt my feelings.
Which one hurt your feelings?
Well, I told him, I said, I don't care. It's fine. I said, one kind of like, wow. And I'm like, which one? And somebody said, Kellie is so tall and so big.
Oh, no.
When she walks in the room, it's like fee, fi, fo, fum.
Oh, no.
And I said,
that's not nice.
See? And I said, I get it. I've put on weight. No. They didn't mean that.
That sounds like a Justin.
Okay.
That sounds like a Justin.
It was Justin.
Yeah, that sounds like a Justin.
And he said, I should have. I said, if you just said she's so tall, it's like fee, fi,
but
fo,
he
fum.
said big.
He said so tall and so big.
But we call ourselves big all the time.
It's different when somebody else calls you big. But no, honestly, I was like, you know what? It's true. I've gained weight, and it's just part of it. If it was that painful for me, I'd do something about it, and obviously it's not.
Yeah.
But they deleted it because they thought I said, you don't have to delete it. You just asked. They asked me which one was the most hurtful, and that was the one. So they took it out.
We are big.
Oh, girl, you got to hang out with me and get some sausage.
Yeah, that's what I
You think that's
love
why?
Sausage.
You think that's why?
Mine's just everything. I'm you know what, I'm really and I'll tell you why. It's actually, I think, a scientific thing. I've read somewhere, but I don't have it in front of me right now. That when you're sleep deprived and tired, you reach for crunchy, salty carbs.
Oh, like when you ate almost my whole bag of kettle cooked jalapeno chips?
Yes, it's like something about that.
The family bag?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You exaggerate just a tad on that, but it is true. When you're that tired all the time, you just grab salty, crunchy stuff. And I could just sit and eat that stuff all day. You make bad decisions when you're tired. I got to figure out my sleep. That's all I got to do. But anyway,
all right,
that's the one for me. So what was yours, babe?
Okay, well, there's just 4, so I'll read them here. I thought they were funny myself. Okay, the first one is, Alan, can we, make him disappear?
Oh, because you're a magician.
Why do they want to make me disappear?
Because you do magic. They're supposed to be burns, but they're not real.
Yeah, no, but do they want me to go away?
No, it's just supposed to be an insult.
Am I here too much?
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay, number 2.
Take it personally like I did.
Number 2. Alan, being magician as cool as Screech was at Bayside High. Now, see, I didn't know who Screech is, and I don't know what Bayside High is.
Screech is the nerd on Saved by the Bell.
Oh.
They're saying you're nerdy. Your magic is nerdy.
That's well known in the magician community. Is magicians are nerds. They are. They are. That's how they pick up girls. Okay, number 3. Alan, He definitely wears the dress in the relationship. Look at his toes. They're always pedicured. We call him twinkle toes.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, I got good feet.
You do have good feet.
We're going to go get a pedicure after
We
this.
are. I'm overdue. And you do get your toenails buff.
Do you need a nap?
I always need a nap.
Would you prefer to do this at a time more convenient for you?
No, I always need a nap.
Okay, here's number 4, which I think is the best one. Alan, you know how the contestants on The Bachelor have bogus job titles? So do you. Professional podcaster.
That was a good one. That was a good one, right?
That's pretty good.
They're just little slams and digs. It's funny.
Yeah.
My favorite was the Starbucks flat white. But, what am I going to do? I'm not doing lunges to make it different. So.
You know what, though, babe? Speaking of flat white, I was getting ready to come up here today, and I put my denim slacks on, my jeans, and I was pulling my jeans up, and I looked in the mirror, and I got this big saggy spot on the back of my jeans. I'm like,
what? That saggy spot your butt?
What happened to my ass? No, it's gone. It's totally gone. I have nothing.
You start doing some squats, I guess.
I'm gonna start doing some squats and donkey kicks.
Donkey kicks, yes.
But I don't see any dudes at the gym where I go to the gym. I don't see any dudes doing donkey kicks.
Men work on their upper body and their abs, and they neglect everything else. So that's why you see so many disproportionate men.
Yeah.
They're all big, buff up top, and then they got little skinny bird legs. You need to do an all-over workout.
I'll tell you what, here on a serious note, and this should inspire you and me. I was up at the gym yesterday, and there was a veteran up there, and I could tell he was a veteran because he had a shirt on and a hat.
I said, I'm a veteran?
Well, no, you could tell he was in the military, and he had a service dog with him. It's a German Shepherd, and on the German Shepherd was I don't know what you call it. There was a little sign on him that said, "Don't pet service dog."
Yes.
There was military insignia on it. Well, this man had no legs.
Oh.
And he was flipping tractor tires.
Wow.
In the gym. Now, imagine somebody with no legs. I mean, he
has all upper body strength.
He had no legs from like the groin down. There was nothing. And he was moving these tractor tires, and he was flipping them all the way down the gym. And I was like, all right, the next time I feel like I'm too tired to go work out, I'll think about that guy.
Did you try flipping the tire after he was done?
No, because I
heavy.
Well, yeah, probably too heavy for me, but I had finished by the time I noticed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was incredible. Okay. What do you want to do now, babe? You want to do interesting stuff?
Sure. You ready?
Yeah, you hit me.
All right. This is interesting. Since we're on health, I'll start with this one. I wasn't going to do it first, but I will. I know this about my husband.
Oh.
He hates kale.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
there's and I like to buy salad mixes that are already like the Southwestern or the Asian chopped salad or whatever that's already pre-mixed where, you just add everything and eat it. And if it has kale in it, Alan's immediately like, no, I'm not eating kale.
It's got the texture of like a frickin' cactus.
But they chop it up really small. And is it the taste or is it the texture you don't like?
It's both.
Well, it's very popular right now. Kale and avocados. Very trendy food
I
items.
love avocados.
Yeah, avocados are everywhere. Did you see where they're selling frozen avocado slices now?
No, I've never heard of that.
I don't know what that would taste like. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so kale is popular because it's got, lots of calcium, magnesium, potassium, vitamin K. But they're saying kale is actually not good for you if you eat a bunch of it. You have to eat stuff in like massive amounts. But they did a study and it found that kale has a lot of heavy metals in it. Metals, yes.
Like Metallica and Megadeth and Anthrax and Slayer?
And thallium and cesium, which I'm not really, but anything that says the word "sees" in it, I don't think I want to be eating it.
I don't know what those are.
And it also has traces of nickel, lead, cadmium, aluminum, and arsenic in kale. And the contamination affects both organic and standard kale.
Tell you what, who doesn't like you on this podcast right now?
What?
Are the kale farmers.
Well, I'm just telling you what they're saying. This is if you eat massive quantities.
Oh, okay.
Thallium has been a common ingredient in rat poison.
Whoa.
Tasteless, odorless, nearly colorless. While those who tested positive hadn't consumed poisonous levels of the metal, it was enough to cause fatigue. So if you're, because these metals can affect you, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Fatigue, nausea, digestive troubles, neurological problems, hair loss, heart arrhythmia. So I think everything in moderation is probably the best bet if you're just consuming massive quantities. Because I know people who get like on these sushi kicks and they end up having mercury poisoning. But if you just eat, sushi like a regular person once every week or two, if that much, I mean, we might have sushi, once a month? We don't have to worry about the mercury levels. But if you're eating massive quantities of anything, it's bad.
It's so funny. My dad tells the story where he used to play with mercury as a kid, like in his hand.
Yeah, like the thermometer.
They'd break a thermometer and put it in their hand and roll it around.
Yeah, I know. We didn't know any better, and we all survived somehow.
Right. Well, that's a good one, babe. That's value add right there.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, I have some stuff. Mine is...
is yours helpful?
Yeah, mine's helpful. There's a hurricane right now that's bearing down on Alaska. Did you know that?
That's probably very rare, I would think.
Yeah, it's called Hurricane Walaka. And if you go out and Google Hurricane Walaka, use Google machine, Walaka, there's a 100 chance of penis in the latest NOAA Hurricane Walaka map. So they posted they posted
So this is a joke?
No, they posted the map of the hurricane headed towards Alaska, and if you go out and look at the most likely arrival and destination charts,
it's shaped like a man's
it looks
appendage.
like a big
appendage.
Penis.
I know you want to say that word,
babe. That's a clinical term.
I know, but you always look for reasons to say stuff like that.
No. But it's. I'm jealous.
Well, by the time people hear this podcast, it maybe has changed shapes.
Well, it's got.
They're not going to hear this until like 3 days from now.
It's got all the components of said thing. But the weather map showing the storm's path have aroused some jokes on social media because Hurricane Walaka is thrusting its way across the Pacific and towards Alaska.
Why do I not check this stuff before you do it? Why do I not check this stuff before you do it? It's my fault, and I apologize.
All right, babe, what do you got?
Do you consider yourself an average man?
Well, it's not in all respects.
Right.
But, yeah.
We're talking about height here.
No, I think I'm taller than the average man in the United States.
The average American male right now is 5'9" and weighs 175. You know what that means?
Well, then I'm bringing up both those averages.
You're married to an average American.
Babe! What was the weight again?
If you missed it, I'm going to keep going.
5'9.5", 175? What's 175? 175.
Oh, really? Is that what I'm saying, or am I being comedic?
Babe, it's very creamy.
Fee-fi-fo-fum.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. I'm married to Kelly Raspberry. Huh?
But see, to me, a 5'9" man, I would consider to be a little more towards the short side because I am 5'9". So to me, a taller man is 6'1", right? And we were talking about this on the radio that for me, a short man is 5'8" and below, I would say.
Shorter than you.
Shorter than me, right. Yeah. And I did try, I love the fact that you're taller than me because it does give me that little hint of being petite or dainty or at least whatever. But I tried dating a man who was a good deal shorter than me at one point. He was a good 4 to 5 inches shorter than me.
Really?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
I'm not trying to do this for comedy purposes.
No,
we met. It was just, we weren't being set up on a blind date. We were just in a group thing. We all just happened to be there. We had a lovely conversation. He was a handsome man, very successful. And we just, there was no pressure that we were trying to hit on each other because it wasn't a setup. It was just a group thing. And then about a month later, he called and asked me out to dinner. And I was like, sure, we had a great time. And to one-on-one, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then I shouldn't care, but I started being concerned and worried about what people thought when they saw us out in public. Like when we went out to eat dinner or something, and I'm walking around with a guy, and I like to wear a little heel too. So
shame.
I should be shamed because it shouldn't have bothered me, but it did. It did bother me, and so I it's really nice. But of course, I ended up with you, and I'm very happy. But I'm just saying,
you ended up with me.
I ended up with you.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying I ended up ultimately with you, and that relationship wasn't meant to work out. But I look back at that, and I was like, wow, I should have been a better person and not let that bother me.
No.
But an inch or two is one thing. I'm seriously talking 4 or 5 inches difference. But you see Hollywood and the real, celebrities, you see that height differential a lot. because a lot of actors are very short.
Well,
and models are very tall.
yeah. That's a preference. There's
Would you
nothing
have dated a woman 4 or 5 inches taller than you? Even if she was the most wonderful
babe,
person?
that'd have been a 6'5" or 6'6" woman. That's
there
rare.
Are women. It is, but there are women like that. If you got along in every aspect. Okay, let's just say she's 6'2". There are plenty of women out there 6'2", 6'3", that aren't NBA players. They're regular women. They're just tall. It's just an awkward thing.
Here's
right?
the thing. I won't say that I would have never have ended up with somebody taller than me, because that could have been the case if I really liked the person, loved their personality, thought they were attractive, all those things. I wouldn't have had a big problem with that.
You don't know because you've never been there.
Well, there are times when I'm in my flat shoes, like I'm wearing Chucks, Chuck Taylors or something like that. Kelly's got on wedges, and she is just about as tall as I am.
But you also know that I'm not taller than you.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of taking off my shoes.
But you preferring a tall man doesn't make you a bad person. That's just what you prefer.
But it's just like it was the awkwardness of holding hands in public. The awkwardness of what do I do if you're standing up at the doorway to kiss him goodnight. And this is real. Bending over to have to kiss him goodnight.
Yeah.
Awkward, right? So we'd have to only kiss sitting down. And just, and then it got to me. It got in my head.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful man. And I hope he finds love.
I dated some girls that were tall, and when they wear heels, they were every bit as tall as I was. But I had no problem with that.
You said, sit down so I can kiss you.
No. I said, sit down and...
make me dinner.
Yeah. Never said that. Okay. Here, that's interesting stuff, babe.
Thank you.
That's interesting stuff. Here's another one I got. And this is strange. An Ohio mom, she let her 10-year-old son get a tattoo.
Oh.
From an unlicensed teen.
I was going to say, because that's illegal, right?
She's facing child endangerment charges.
Yep.
This is in Ohio because she allowed a 16-year-old kid to give her 10-year-old son a tattoo. The underage artist was unlicensed and previously accused of giving someone else a tattoo that led to an MRSA infection.
Oh, no. Staph infection.
And this is someone who is 34. This mother is 34 from Ohio. She was charged Friday with first-degree misdemeanor child endangering and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Do you have any idea what kind of tattoo he wanted and got?
Well, here's the deal. This is when investigators started kind of digging into this. This is what he said. The child said he had actually wanted the tattoo and had asked for the tattoo.
I'm sure. That doesn't make it okay.
At 10 years old. Wow.
But you don't know what it was.
No, the article doesn't say anything about that. But
I'm just curious as to what a 10-year-old wants. Probably some sort of rock symbol or something, I would imagine.
But here's what the mother said. According to court documents obtained by the smoking gun, the mother told police she got tired, quote, tired of her son always asking for a tattoo and just decided to give in to him. Babe.
It's bad. You just can't do it. I mean, I get tired of, my daughter will wear me down sometimes and I'll give in to what she wants. And then I am so mad at myself afterwards. But it would never be with a tattoo. That would be, I wouldn't cross the line with that.
The boys ask me about mine all the time. And I always tell them, I said, don't get one. You will until you're, I tell them, I said, until you're my age, you can get one. But I said, when you're young, don't get one.
You didn't get your first one till your 40s.
Yeah. I said, they hurt. They're permanent. And until you know exactly what you want and you're my age, then maybe you can think about it when I'm dead and gone. But when you're young, you guys do not do it. And I keep telling them, it hurts bad, so don't do it.
Yeah. You can talk them into not doing it.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was interesting stuff.
It is interesting.
But, the victim here, poor kid.
Oh, he's happy. He got his tattoo.
Yeah.
Got what he wanted. Too bad, Mom. See you when you get out.
Wow.
All right. Some people have a lot of trouble falling asleep. Not us. We
not
go
us.
to when we finally lie down and turn off our phones, we go pretty much quickly to sleep. But if you do have trouble falling asleep, this article from, I can't even read this, Bottom Line Inc. It says to look to your nose. The left nostril, the left side of your nose, the left nostril is connected to the right hemisphere of the brain.
Okay. All right. That's interesting stuff.
Breathing through your left nostril counteracts stress and helps calm you down and put you into sleep mode. So here's the way to put your left nostril to work and bring you the sleep you need more quickly.
Okay, what do I do?
Lie on your right side. Because have you ever like been really stuffed up with sinuses and stuff? And like if your left nostril stuffed up, you lay on your right and then suddenly your left nostril opens up and your right side clogs up. Mm-hmm. So that's the left nostril is the one you want to be fully open and getting the most air. So they're saying you should write on your right side, which helps open the left nostril. And then use your thumb or your index finger on your right hand to close the right nostril.
Your fee-fi-fo-fum?
Take long, deep breaths through your left nostril for a few minutes. Just do it in and out, real long, deep breaths for a few minutes. And you're going to start feeling more relaxed and you'll be closer to sleep. Just through your left nostril, though. Well, not while standing up.
Oh. Well, that's interesting stuff.
Long,
does that work?
Deep breaths through your left nostril. That's what this science is saying. So we should try it. See, I don't have trouble falling asleep. I'm like, at night, I'm out. But for people that do have trouble falling asleep, try it and let us know if that works. Deep breaths only in and out your left nostril.
Okay, babe.
It calms you down. But I wonder if that would also be helpful when you're trying to fall asleep, but in stressful situations. You know, like if you're a kid, maybe you could tell that to your child. If they're getting ready to take a big test and they've got a lot of anxiety, I wonder if that technique would work. Just closing up their right nose. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. You can kind of do it kind of subtly and just breathe in and out through your left nostril.
Interesting. I'm going to have to try that next time. I will have to try that next time. Okay, here's the last one I got, babe. Interesting stuff. A cheerleader in Michigan, she was fingered for giving away pot brownies to win homecoming queen.
Yeah, I saw this article.
You saw this? Mm-hmm. Man, I try to bring to you.
That's okay. I see a lot of stuff.
I tried to bring you tidbits that you might not see.
I'm sorry. I'll pretend that. What? Are you kidding me?
Okay, so a cheerleader's dream of becoming homecoming queen, babe, it might have gone to pot.
I get it.
Just because of I didn't have it queued up. Just because of a few marijuana brownies.
Just a few.
This is in Hartford, Michigan. They're investigating how a batch of 12 weed-laced desserts were distributed at Hartford High School on September the 26th.
Just a dozen.
The police say, you always think you've heard it all and seen it all, but there's always something new to surprise you. We're investigating two things. Number one, somebody put in the goodie bags these weed-laced brownies for players. Also, they were used to...
for the football players.
For the football players. Also, they were used to obtain votes for the Queen contest. Wow.
There you go.
Wow. I had somebody give me cookies one time, unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool because I've made it through my whole life with never doing marijuana, smoking it, eating it, or anything. And if I found, and I kind of like am really proud of that I can look my daughter in the eye if she ever asks me, and I'll say flat out, I have never
Same here.
done drugs.
Same here.
I've never smoked pot. I know so many people are really cool about it and look at me like I'm an idiot when I say, I'm not going to mention names, but I work with some of them. And they like an idiot when I talk about how...
I don't think it's anything to be ashamed for. What's that?
I don't know what I would do. I would probably prosecute. I would go to the police if somebody did that to me, if they gave me a brownie with pot and ruined my streak. You know what I'm saying?
Raspberry, damn it.
Yeah.
Don't be giving me pot when I have no clue what's going on.
Well, I've never...
You did it once, but you didn't know.
I've never intentionally tried.
Right. They gave you cookies. And what happened when that happened to you?
I felt lightheaded and I fell asleep.
Well, you're a lot of fun.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, but here's the moral of the story. Don't do drugs because
that's the moral of the story.
The person who did this could face felony charges.
Because you're giving drugs to people that you don't know, or because she was doing pot brownies in an area where it's not legal?
Well, she distributed drugs at school.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what a felony is?
At school, it's on school property.
You know what a felony is? That doesn't leave your record.
No.
You can't get that off your record. So don't do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to that because it was on school property. That takes it to another level, right?
Well, that's all pretty interesting stuff, I think.
It is.
Huh.
It is.
Okay, babe. Well, yours are always so helpful, and sometimes I get self-conscious that mine aren't helpful.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you feel that way. Would you like me start to give you mine? We can switch them.
No, because I think it works better if you read yours and I read mine.
Okay. All right. Leave it as it is.
All right, babe. We're going to bring it home for Jerome here.
The home run.
This is the home stretch.
Save the good stuff for last.
Oh, we're so saving the good stuff.
What are we doing?
Last. Well, we had a letter. Can I read you a letter? It's not a love letter. It's I think part of it's a love letter.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me, can you stall for just 2 seconds while I find this?
All right. If you would like to submit a letter to us that we could maybe address on a future podcast, we have a website you can go to called kellieandallen.com, and it's KELLIE and ALLEN. There are multiple ways you could spell both of our names, so that's how you spell it, kellieandallen.com. And if you click on, there's these little circular pictures of our heads. Click on there and you could, it'll take you to a place where you can leave us a message. Personally, I don't know how to check messages on that website. I tried doing it from my laptop and I couldn't do it, but Alan sees all the messages and he is happy to let me know when it's for me and pass along any information.
Good job, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Abracabooyah!
That was awesome. Okay, here's the letter. Great job.
Thank you.
I wish I had a little theme music here for Ask Alan. You have love letters to Kelly, but I don't have.
Well, yeah,
theme
but they
music.
all sing it.
We need to record that, like you and me, like
Why?
Ask Alan. Because this is a.
Because what?
This isn't a Mickey Mouse operation.
But they sing
What do you-
my. They sing
What-
my theme
Why
song
can't you
live.
sing my theme song live?
We are.
Oh,
So why do you need to record it if we're singing it live?
I don't know. I just panicked. I'm sorry. Ask Alan anything. Dear Alan, this is from Lil Kim.
Lil Kim. All right, Lil Kim.
Lil Kim says, I'm in a happy relationship with my boyfriend of almost a year. We have a unique story as we originally met in high school and dated for 2 years before I had our daughter at the age of 18. Our relationship ended and he chose not to be involved with our daughter.
That's unfortunate.
We were pretty much on each other's bad side for almost 10 years. Okay, until the daughter, okay, I got you. Until one day we just clicked again. We have been working on a relationship and we are happier than ever, and he is putting so much effort into maintaining a strong and healthy relationship for our daughter. I feel like he has done so much for us and worked so hard to be in our relationship and focus on our daughter, and I want to do something special for him on his birthday. His birthday is in December. He will be 30 this year. He's a techie guy and also is a fan of the DC universe. Would you have any great gift ideas? I appreciate your time. Can you just comment on the relationship part of it, and I'll help with the gift ideas for the dude?
Well, I mean, I think it's a shame that he missed out on so much of his daughter's life. That hurt my heart. But the fact that maybe he's grown up and matured and he's trying to have a relationship for her, I encourage that. That's wonderful. And I'm glad y'all found your way back to this place. It does suck having a December birthday. I feel bad for people who have birthdays around that special holiday because sometimes they get the combined gift. So I wonder what you have as far as gift suggestions go, babe.
Yeah, I've got some good ones. So it's easy for me to, and we got, amen, boss
Yeah,
man.
you can't just plow through.
Amen. I have to acknowledge when boss
He's
man.
already not even paying attention.
Yeah, he's not even paying attention. So, okay, techie stuff. I've got 3 great gift ideas for your dudes for whatever, birthday or for this Christmas or for this particular gentleman.
But he's techie and he's into
DC Comics.
DC
so
Comics.
I'm going to comment on Batman because I love Batman.
Okay, so Batman's DC.
He's DC.
Okay.
But the tech stuff. Okay, here are my three of my favorite techie things that I have. Number 1, I have a Bose SoundLink portable speaker, and we use it out by the pool. There are all kinds of different models of these Bose speakers, and they range from like $99 on up. But just the best thing to do, go to Bose.com. You can peruse the models there.
BOSE.
BOSE.
I have one too that
Yeah.
I brought into the relationship, but you like yours better.
Well, yours is a Bose SoundLink 2, and it's a colored model. It's blue.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But mine is
It's not masculine enough for you.
well, mine's a Bose SoundLink 3, and it's a little bigger and sounds a little bit better.
You use it all the time.
But I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite things. They're not Bose isn't cheap, but they're awesome
I think
speakers.
mine I got on sale. It was a little over $100 when I got mine, but I got it on sale. So you can sometimes find them on sale. I got mine at Target.
What dude?
And then if you have your Target card, you get 5% back.
There you go, babe.
And if you take your own bag, you get another nickel off.
Look at there. But yeah. But what dude doesn't like Bose speakers? I love my Bose speaker. I have the headphones too, the Quiet Comfort headphones. Okay, number 2, I have a watch that I wear when I go riding in my slingshot. And the reason I wear this watch is because it's very durable. And it's called a Casio G-Shock Solar. And the reason I think this is a cool gift, they're not very expensive, Casio G-Shocks. And this particular watch, it's solar powered. It will run 23 months. It charges the battery inside. It will run 23 months in the dark without being charged by the sun.
Wow.
So once you get it charged up, you're good for like forever.
And if you wear it outside, it just keeps charging.
It just keeps charging.
That's
exactly.
good to know.
Exactly. But it's a kind of a chunky, masculine looking watch, and it's durable as heck, waterproof. Good. It needs to be in the sun. So
you have to post these gift ideas on the website, which we haven't posted anything in a while. So there you go. Good gift ideas for guys. You can do that.
Yeah. Good job, babe. Okay. And then my last one.
Because people aren't going to remember all this if they don't write it down.
Right.
But you can always pause the podcast, write it down, and keep going. Right.
Okay. The first one was Bose.com. Second one is Casio watches, the G-Shock line specifically. Number 3 is something I just bought a few weeks ago. I was at a sporting goods store and I was perusing the clearance aisle. And I found...
Oh, my gosh. Alan has talked about this thing nonstop, and he's sick about it. I'll tell you why he's sick about it in a minute.
But I was looking in the clearance aisle, and I found a multi-tool. And I don't know if our listeners may be familiar with what a Leatherman is, but a multi-tool is a tool that... It's usually a pair of pliers, and then there are also other tools on it, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. But this one is not a Leatherman. It's a SOG, S-O-G. And it's called a SOG Q3 Baton Multi-Tool. It is the coolest freaking knife I have ever had.
Now, here's the part that makes Alan sick. This thing was on sale, and he realized what it was, and he bought it for, what, less than $20?
$15.
Less than $20. And there were more than one.
There were 3 left.
There were 3. And Alan just got one, and he came home, and he was showing it to me. He's like, man, I should have gotten those other 2. They make such great gifts, because normally these things
they retail for $69 or $89, depending on the model.
Depending on the model, so way more. So Alan goes all the way back up there, and they're gone.
They're gone,
because 2 other people or one person realized what they were and grabbed them. So it's a little bit more pricey.
A little bit more pricey. But if your guy likes, knives and tools and stuff, it's SOG, S-O-G Q3 Baton Multi-Tool. And when it folds down into about the size of a big permanent marker. That's why I like it so much.
Because you can get a Swiss Army knife that folds down smaller.
You can. But
you like that one better.
I just like the way this one looks. And a Swiss Army knife typically doesn't have pliers on it.
Yeah.
This one has pliers on it. It's got a screwdriver. It's got eyeglasses repair tool. It's got a bottle opener. It's got a nail file. It's got a knife. It's got everything. So those are my 3 gift ideas for the techie stuff.
What's been the favorite stuff that I've given you?
The favorite stuff that you've given me?
The stuff I've given you, what have you liked the most?
Of everything you've ever given me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, have I put you on the spot?
Well, yeah. But
how did you feel
about... my ring, by far.
Okay, the record player I got for you.
Yeah, record player's cool.
You're not loving it anymore.
Well,
the initial nostalgia wore off.
No, it's cool and it's fun to play with.
We need to set it up because once we moved, you put it away and we haven't found a spot for it.
Haven't really found a spot for it.
But here's the thing. When I gave you that record player, you were really digging it and you took me to a vintage record store.
Mm-hmm.
It made a great date night. It was something we could do together. Going to a place like Half Price Books, they have all those record collections you can go through. It brings back great memories from high school and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a great date night. We just have to get the record player set back up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, the record player.
I thought that was a really great gift, and apparently you're less enthused, but I think it's because you still haven't unpacked it.
I listen to most of my music on my phone.
Yeah, but
over my headphones, you know?
But if you're in the office and you're just kicking back, it's something fun to do.
It is fun to do.
And the vintage records part of it.
Yeah, it's fun to shop. It's almost more fun to shop for records and just have them than it is to actually listen to them.
Yes, but it's a combination.
Yeah.
What else? But if you go buy an album and have nowhere to put it, boo.
Okay.
I mean, nowhere to play it.
That's good techie stuff. She also wanted ideas for a DC Comics fan. So I'm not a huge comic book fan, but I am a huge Batman fan. So she said DC Comics. Here are 3 things if I was asking Kelly for something like this is what I would ask for. Number 1 is a collectible Batman cowl helmet, like a life-size replica of Batman's helmet. If he's a fan of DC Comics, that is super cool. And you get the ones where the eyes light up and they're in glass cases, and you can spend a lot of money on that. Number 2, I think the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray DVD. Those are the coolest Batman movies. I've said that before. Christian Bale is kind of one of my man crushes. Get him the Dark Knight trilogy on DVD. and then make sure it's Blu-ray. And then number 3, what would be really cool, I think, would be a Batarang letter opener. Kind of like a Batarang that Batman would throw at somebody, like a knife, but it's shaped like a bat, but it's a letter opener. So you can always keep that on your desk. What do you think about those? That's pretty nerdy, huh?
I think you missed the most obvious one.
Batmobile? Batmobile replica? Batsuit?
What does everybody say when they see you in your slingshot?
Oh, a slingshot?
It looks like a Batmobile.
She ain't going to buy him a slingshot.
You have to buy them a slingshot, but you rent them, honey.
Oh.
I'm giving you a perfect opportunity to advertise your slingshot
I thought we weren't supposed to do. I thought we were supposed to do that.
We do it on our podcast.
I thought we were supposed to do that.
Oh, stop it! But if you get the black, Alan has a black slingshot they rent out, and it looks. Everybody says it looks like a little Batmobile. That is a fun thing to do. And depending on where you live, December, like in Texas, where we are, that's a great time of year. The weather's not ridiculously cold yet. It doesn't really get cold here until like January and February. But nice, crisp day. Get the slingshot rental and go out, and he gets to drive around, and people think it's so cool. And, you just turn it back in.
Yeah.
That's an awesome gift.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking, babe.
I can't believe that.
Yeah,
You didn't
I know.
even, because I thought that's why you picked Batman. It's like, I'm going to sneak in a real clever plug for my slingshot rental business.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, Kelly and I co-own a business with another partner of ours, but it's a slingshot.com, or you can go to kellyandallen.com/slingshot. But we rent slingshots out, and you will feel like Batman in that thing. So.
True, and everybody
Check it out.
loves it. It's fun. You get to toot around in it for a while, and
toot around in it.
Yeah, you have gift cards available.
Toot around in it.
Yeah.
All right, babe. Well, we were all over the place on this podcast.
That's okay. We don't always have to have a theme.
That was fun, though.
We can do a theme. When you want to try to do a theme one next time? One thing.
You know what we're going to do soon is we're going to get Boss Man George on this thing.
Yes.
Because he is a controversial figure lately. A Sandwich and Some Lovin' Nation is uprised against him because of his edict that we cannot be on. I'm just trying to make it controversial. Because he said we cannot be on video on Facebook. He put his big Boss Man George boot in my butt.
He preferred we wouldn't, or we didn't. So we tried it, and
there was major backlash.
Major.
Oh, and they were
death threats.
They were.
Well,
really. I know there weren't death.
I thought we were trying to make it real controversial and big.
No, let's not talk about death threats in this time and age. No, people were just unhappy with that decision. So we're going to have Boss Man George on here
to defend himself.
Yes.
Well, I get what he's saying, but it just doesn't work for us. Sometimes you have to take people's advice. Just because people give you advice, people you love and respect, and who have been successful in a lot of areas, doesn't mean you have to take it. You take that advice, you consider it, and say, does this work for me? Does this not work for me? You keep the advice that does, and you put away the rest.
And we can always say, we're just going to take that under advisement, Boss Man.
Take that under advisement.
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately, and I'm glad I get to do this podcast with you.
Thank you, honey.
I love you so good. And
I want to go try a new restaurant. Now that we've wrapped up, there's some new restaurants that are open. I want to go try one with you.
Oh, where are we going to go?
Right across the street.
Where?
Right across the street from the office. They've opened some new restaurants. So let's go over there and have lunch.
Are we just going to walk?
We can.
Okay.
Not far.
Cool. That sounds great.
I'm excited now. I'm waking up.
All right. Let's go have a sandwich.
All right. I'm going to breathe in and out through my left nostril so we can have a nice, calm lunch together.
You do that. Keep an eye on that hurricane for all you listeners up in Alaska.
Yes.
Hurricane Walaka.
Let us know if you're listening in Alaska.
It's thrusting hard towards the coast.
Stop it. You had to get that in one more time.
All right. Well, in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.